Hello, how's it going, everyone? Can you all hear me? Welcome to RTX Play Live. Today we have a very special stream. We are going to be checking out Half-Life 2 RTX, which comes out, the demo comes out March 18th. Next week! I can't wait, so excited. This is actually not the first time we played Half-Life 2 RTX on this stream. We did a stream some months ago with an early look at it. However, a lot has changed with the game since then. It is still in active development. There is an entire team, an entire studio working on this game, and it is loaded with NVIDIA tech, and it looks so amazing. I cannot wait to show you. Mic's too low. Let's try this. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Is that better? Yes. So in case you missed it, Half-Life 2 RTX coming March 18th next week. All right, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it because I want to show it to you because it's so amazing. By the way, the demo next week will include 2 levels from the game. It'll include Ravenholm, which we will look at today, and it will also include Nova Prospect, which is, if you remember Half-Life 2, it's the level that has that you're like in the prison. It's pretty amazing. Oh, we do have a poll. Which Half-Life game have you played? Half-Life 1, 2, all of them, only the first two. I've played all of them. One of my favorite franchises of all time. And it's not just because I share a name with Gordon. I actually do love this series. Half-Life 2 being one of my favorite games of all time. Alright, let's talk about Half-Life 2 RTX. So, like I said, next week, it's coming available on March 18th. This is actually in celebration of RTX Remix being officially released. So we've talked a bit about RTX Remix on this channel before. RTX Remix is NVIDIA's platform for remastering classic games. So there is a ton of games that support RTX Remix today. There is a ton of mods that are in development with RTX Remix. And what RTX Remix allows you to do is bring path tracing into classic games. You can also add things like DLSS. You can add frame generation. You can add, you can replace assets in the game. You can replace textures in the game. You can essentially remaster a game using RTX Remix. So there are a bunch of titles that actually are in development already. There's Unreal Tournament. 99 is Remix compatible. There is people working on the Remix version of that. It has path trace lighting already. Let's see what else. There is also Deus Ex, which is compatible. Painkiller was a recent title as well that has a team working on that one as well. That one actually looks quite amazing. And the most recent was Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2 supports RTX Remix, and there is an early version of it available today that you can play. I played a little bit of it, and it looks pretty amazing. But today is all about Half-Life 2 RTX. So again, this is maybe the third time I've said it. I can't wait for you to try it all. It's coming on March 18th. And this will work on RTX 30 series, 40 series, and of course 50 series as well. It has a ton of tech in it. It has DLSS 4, so it's going to have Transformer Super Resolution plus Ray Reconstruction. It's going to have multi-frame generation, of course. It's going to have new textures, new geometry, fully path traced, and new textures as well, new PBR textures. So PBR textures will give you realistic looking materials and how those materials interact with light. You get RTX Direct Illumination. You get Neural Radiance Cache, which is something pretty cool and new as well. And RTX Volumetrics, also something new. We'll talk a little bit about more of these. And RTX Skin, which is subsurface scattering, which will give you realistic looking skin. So we can talk about a few of these. So like I said, you get Transformer Ray Reconstruction plus Super Resolution. So with Transformer, you're going to get much better image reconstruction with Super Resolution and much better image quality with Ray Reconstruction as well. Ray Reconstruction will replace the hand-tuned denoisers that are in ray tracing games. It just looks a lot better. And in some cases, it gives you exactly the same performance, or in other cases, even better performance. Neural Radiance Cache which is one of the newer features to be added to RTX Remix. No Radiance cache will give you more accurate. And let's see, do I have a comparison here? I don't think I have a comparison of that one. But basically, that one will give you a more accurate. Here, let's play this one. Hopefully, you can see that. So, more detail with no Radiance cache, and you also get about a 15% performance improvement by using it as well. Let's see. We also have RTX Skin. So RTX Skin will give you subsurface scattering. So you can see on the head crab there, it looks even better in motion, but essentially this is off, so you can see, I mean, it still looks really good, but it's kind of plasticky looking. And in real life, that's not how thin materials or skin works or interacts with light. In the real world, you know, when I saw a head crab in real life, the light will penetrate the skin and kind of bounce around, and then, you know, it'll come out. And then that's also called subsurface scattering. It's a technique that's been used in games, but not in a lot of ray tracing games. This is actually one of the first examples of subsurface scattering in ray tracing. So if we turn on RTX Skin, look at that. Just like I remember in real life. All right, so that is RTX Skin. Here's another example. You can see it's not only for skin; it also works in other thin materials as well. So, you know, this is a semi-translucent object, so light should penetrate this. So you can see with subsurface scattering, looks a lot more real. And then this is actually one of my favorite features. We'll show you this in Ravenholm. This is RTX Volumetrics. This is also new. So RTX Volumetrics basically will improve the way light interacts with smoke, fog, and the overall atmosphere. So it realistically simulates how light interacts with these. And again, it's one of those things that looks really great in motion, looks really realistic. And oh, here's another example here. So this is off. This is kind of like what it looked like before. And by before, I don't mean the base Half-Life 2. I mean before today. This is what Half-Life 2 RTX looked like, and with volumetrics, that's what it looks like. So you can see this light here. It should, I mean, because this is a somewhat smoky / foggy environment, you should see like a realistic looking light ray there. So that's what RTX Volumetrics does. And if we want to take a look at what Half-Life 2 versus Half-Life 2 RTX looks like. So this is Half-Life 2, original release in 2004. Still somewhat holds up today. But obviously with Half-Life 2 RTX, it's a pretty drastic difference. And let's see, we have another one here. So Half-Life 2, not bad, right? But compared to Half-Life 2 RTX, it's a pretty remarkable difference. All right, so now let's take a look at what we can expect with performance. So obviously on the highest end RTX 50 series, you're going to get a really great experience. RTX 5090 does over 200 frames per second in Half-Life 2 with DLSS, multi-frame gen. An RTX 5080 will give you 163 frames per second. This is at 4K. This is basically maxed out. But you don't need to have the highest end graphics cards to be able to enjoy it. Here's 1440p. Obviously with an RTX 5090 you're going to get incredible performance, but an RTX 5070 can do over 150 frames per second at 1440p in Half-Life 2 RTX. It's pretty amazing. I actually completed the entire demo. The entire demo is about 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours if you take your time. I completed the entire demo on an RTX 5070, and it's pretty great. And if you're at 1080p, you'll be good. But again, you don't need to have RTX 50 series to enjoy this. This game will work on 30 series, 40 series, and 50 series. We'll have the official system requirements very soon as well. Of course, with the RTX 50 series, you're going to get multi-frame generation, which is really going to help a lot of the performance here. But if you have a 40 series, you can get standard frame generation and of course DLSS which can really give you a great experience. 10 minutes if you speed run it, maybe, if you're really good. What about a 4090? I don't have any numbers for a 4090, although I did test Half-Life 2 RTX some time ago on a 4090, and it's not 20 frames per second. It's really good. I mean, you'll get well over 100 at 4K for sure. Alrighty, so correct me if I'm wrong. RTX Remix is a toolkit that someone can use to make a mod using these features. That is correct. It's a tool that's really designed for modders, and depending on your experience with modding, depends on how far you can take it. It's a pretty powerful tool. However, I myself am not a modder, and I was able to play around with it and add ray tracing, full ray tracing to a number of different titles that are supported. Specifically, a lot of DirectX 7 games are supported, DirectX 8 games are supported, and more recently, some DirectX 9 and even some DX10 games are compatible. But for the most part, the broadest compatibility is with DX7 and DX8 games, which is why you see a lot of games from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Those seem to be the most compatible with RTX Remix. All right, so should we just get to it? All right, before we do that, I do have a giveaway today. Oh, by the way, how many of you don't have Half-Life 2 or have never played Half-Life 2? I think it's like $2 right now on Steam. So now's your chance. Now's your chance. But we do have a giveaway today. Let's do this. We are going to give away a gift card for $30 to Greenman Gaming. Unfortunately, you cannot buy Half-Life 2 at Greenman Gaming, but you can get any other title that is there. So if you would like to enter the giveaway, type !RTX on, and while you are doing that, I am going to load up Half-Life 2. So again, Half-Life 2 RTX is coming out, demo is coming out March 18th, next week. It will include 2 levels from the game. It'll include Ravenholm, and it will include Nova Prospect. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It'll include Ravenholm and Nova Prospect. It's about an hour to 2 hours. I would of gameplay. All right, let me know how the audio levels are. Let me flip over my scene here. All right. Let's see if this comes up. Ta-da! All right, let me know how the audio levels are. This is Half-Life 2. Oops, we need to turn this back on. All right, so this is the Half-Life 2 RTX demo. In the demo, you get 2 levels. You get Ravenholm and Nova Prospect. Today, we are only going to be looking at Ravenholm, and then next week, when you get your hands on it, you can check out both of these levels. Can you use a controller? Yes, you can actually use a controller. You do need to enable it in the settings here. Right here. Alright, so we are just going to load it up. So here is Half-Life 2 RTX. Look how amazing this looks. And trust me, it's hard to come across on a 1080p live stream, but it looks incredible, especially when you compare it to the original Half-Life 2. All right, so we are just gonna, let's see, can we do a prediction, Yoshi? By the way, check out some of these materials and textures here. Look how amazing this looks. So huge shout out to Oberfold Studios, who put a ton of work into this game. There is, I don't know the number of textures. I saw the number at some point, but it is an I mean, Half-Life 2 is a big game. So there is an incredible amount of textures that that need to be replaced in order to do a remaster. And they really stayed faithful to Half-Life 2. I mean, it looks like Half-Life 2. I already knew he was going to get up. Alright, so we talked about RTX volumetrics. You can kind of see it. There's a better example later on, but you can kind of see some of it up here. I'll show you a better example later on. Alright, so we have a prediction. How many times will I die? So I assume that's how many times will I die before 2 p.m.? And of course, the gravity gun. So you can see how much more detailed these models are. In fact, most of the objects in the game have 20 times or sometimes more the geometry detail of the original game. Bye-bye. These saws make quick work of any zombies. The weapon models have also been updated, replaced, and in some of them there are new animations as well. Yeah, hopefully you're keeping track of deaths, Yoshi.
For it was said, they have become like these peculiar demons which dwell in matter, but in whom no light may be found.
Zombies can't see, so they're gonna walk right into this. I knew it. Oh yes, I want to show you this as well. Unfortunately, I don't have any on-offs to show you. It's a little bit complicated. You actually have to run 2 instances of the game if you want to show this. But I mean, in Half-Life 2, this was just a texture on the wall, not necessarily a very high res one. But you can see these vines or leaves are fully modeled now. Would it be possible to play this in VR? I don't know. I mean, it's possible that if there's a, I think there is a Half-Life 2 VR mod. I mean, it might be possible.
For the days of my life have vanished like smoke, and my bones are parched like ash. And at home I endure fuel for that fire until nothing remains but the light.
So check out the detail on this engine as well. So I don't have a... Get out of here. I don't have a before... Alright, he's gonna jump into that thing. Nope, he went under it. I don't have a before to show you, but this is an order of magnitude more detailed than the original game. Whoops. My bad. Well, that was one already.
These peculiar demons which dwell in matter, but in whom no light may be found.
How will it run on your 4060 Ti? I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on your resolution, but it'll be fine on a 4060 Ti. Oh, there's also something else I want to show you. If you press Alt-X, you do have some options in here. So you can see that we are running at 4K with DLSS. I'm running the balanced. Actually, you could move this down to performance and it'll still be perfectly fine. We're running with 4X frame gen. If you have a 40 series, you can do 2X. If you go into the developer settings, there's a whole bunch of settings that you can do in here and customize. They're kind of already set for you, but yeah, I mean, you could turn ray reconstruction on and off and play with a lot of the different toggles. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if I can kill the head crab with this thing. Boom.
Fuel for that fire until nothing remains but light alone.
Death by engine. Check out the lighting. Oh my god. Yeah, my deaths is gonna be more than one, I think.
May they become like dust before the wind.
Oh my gosh. Still alive, but barely. Alright, this is another... Let's get this guy. I already know he's gonna wake up. So another example of the volumetrics. Here is where you can see probably the best example, at least in Ravenholm, of the RTX volumetric smoke. You're not gonna get this guy? I gotta waste my bullets?
What? Who is this? Another life to save? I'll keep my eye on you. More than that, I cannot promise.
So if you take a look at the volumetric smoke, you can actually play with this as well. So if you set it to low here, that's kind of like what it looked like before today, Half-Life 2 RTX. As of the last time we looked at Half-Life 2 RTX, this is what the volumetric smoke looked like. And now you can see it a lot more full, more realistic. Especially when you see flashlights and how the light interacts with it. I needed that.
Depleted.
I don't have the shotgun. Yet. There's a head crab up there. If you guys remember this guy, you can actually... I'm running out of ammo. So don't touch that yet. There's another cool thing in here that I'll show you. Check out the wall right here. Again, thanks to the full ray tracing.
Depleted.
I wasted way too much ammo on that. Oh gosh! Oh. Can I get 3? No. Check out the way the light is reflecting off the ground here. Save that for later. I have no more ammo! I do have a crowbar though. Please don't hit that barrel. So here's a good example of the subsurface scattering. Kind of what we showed in that before and after comparison. So you can even see like the veins. And since I've seen a head crab in real life, I know that looks exactly like one. Looks like a chicken. Head crabs kind of did look like chickens a little bit. That worked. Better than bullets. So you gotta turn this thing off. And now we can climb that ladder. Oh, our poll was completed. So the poll was, which Half-Life games have you played? And 42% of you voted only the first two. So I guess not Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx is pretty great as well. Definitely worth a play if you have a VR headset, of course. Bullseye. Oh, there's a secret I forgot. Did you know about this secret? Let me show you a Half-Life 2 secret. Bet you didn't know this. There's our ammo. And grenades. Alright, so now we can go up this ladder. Oops. Where we meet our friend.
Well done, brother. Make free use of my traps, but take care not to fall in them yourself. Behind you!
Nice shot.
Driving home, you do well to be vigilant.
So the subsurface scattering also applies to characters. So it's kind of hard to see with Gregory there, but you know, like his ears especially, you will really notice it. No, I didn't even hit anyone. How can we do this without wasting ammo? Alright, I don't think I can. I want to know who did that voice acting. No date for the full release yet. No, the demo will be out March 18th. It'll include 2 levels. It'll include this level, and it'll also include Nova Prospect. It's pretty cool though because both Nova Prospect and Ravenholm are very different. So you can kind of see, you know, how, you know, obviously this being like outdoors, kind of dark, and Nova Prospect being a lot more shiny, I guess is one way to put it. This is one of my favorite parts. Oh, I missed him. Crowbar never fails. So previously we mentioned about the RTX Neural Radiance cache. So I don't have a way to show it here, but especially in indirect light, you will see like a lot more defined shadows, a lot more realistic. That's one of the newer features that was added to RTX Remix and also available in Half-Life 2 RTX. You can kind of you would be able to notice a lot on like these cobblestone here. But in addition to looking better, it also is 15% faster as well, so more performance. And it's basically using AI to calculate the indirect lighting. This guy didn't see all his friends get squished, huh? One more. Oh, we need to go up here. Ah!
Better and better. I am Father Grigori. You have already met my congregation.
50 series needs PCIe 5.0. It doesn't need PCIe 5.0. It can work on PCIe 4.0. Obviously, with PCIe 5.0, it's double the PCIe bandwidth. In some situations, it can help, but it's not always huge. So, PCIe 4.0 is still pretty great. Oh my gosh, no bullets. That was a fail. I got 12 bullets.
Woe betide thee, child. Ah, it is you, bro.
Uh-oh.
Bullets are the least of your concerns.
Oh gosh. So with these guys, when they hit you once, your health goes down to 1. Look how good that looks.
O light, may thy name be spoken in the graves and spelled in bones and ashes.
Oh no! Oh no! That's 2. I'm not even gonna wait for him to get up.
Ah, it is you, brother. I apologize. But no harm done. My bullets are the least of your concerns.
I've died twice. What were the prediction options, Yoshi? I don't remember. No, I'm not messing around with these guys. That'll take care of them. Okay, here's a trick for this. Check out that volumetric smoke. I got 1 bullet. Ow! I got a grenade and 1 bullet. So the prediction options were 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12, 13 to 15.
Although they call me crazy, I care not, for thou art my help.
I'm not wasting my bullets on this guy. He gets the brick. Oh, this is kind of cool. When you shoot these paint at this paint at the wall, which I think actually was in the original Half-Life too. Oh wait, I need this. What? Wow. My saw is way over there. Oh gosh. I'm trying not to use ammo. Paint can doesn't work on him. A brick though? That'll do it. Sound effects? No, I believe there are maybe a few, but for the most part, those are still intact. Okay, bullets. I have 45 bullets now. Oh gosh. Dang it. I wasted half of my ammo on that guy.
Minor lacerations detected.
Is there any bricks for this one? Alright, we got about 20 minutes left. Can I complete the demo in 20 minutes? Well, at least this level. In case you haven't entered yet, exclamation point RTX on into the chat. Ooh, bricks work good. We are giving away a $30 Green Man Gaming gift card. When will the full game release? Any info on price or date? So the price will be free as long as you own Half-Life 2. The date, I don't have a date yet for release, but there will be a demo that is coming out on the 18th, which will be this level plus Nova Prospect. So you get 2 levels. It's about, if you take your time, maybe 2 hours of gameplay. You do need to have the original Half-Life 2 to play it. These paint cans just do not work on these guys. Boxes? No. Oh, I know it'll work. I can't pick that up. How about this one? That did it. For the demo, you also will need to own Half-Life 2. But if you don't have it, it's $2 right now. At least it was earlier today. $2 on Steam.
Minor lacerations detected.
I sure hope there's more ammo in here. So, like I was saying, pretty much all of the textures have been redone. I mean, just look how much detail is in some of these textures. Especially a lot of the bricks. You'll notice how much better the bricks look. And, especially in a lot of part of Raven. Still $2, yes. So if you don't have Half-Life 2 and you want to play Half-Life 2 RTX, now is a good time to pick up Half-Life 2. $2. Yes, ammo. What do I got? 6 bullets, 18, 23. Ah. This gun actually has one of the new reload animations, which is still pretty faithful to the original, but it is a new animation.
Here, brother.
Oh, he's gonna give me a
Come
shotgun right now.
closer. You've stirred up hell. Man after my own heart. Here, I have a more suitable gun for you. You'll need it. Catch. Good. Now.
The shotgun in Half-Life 2 is pretty good.
My advice to you is aim for the head. Hush. They come. There is no rest in Ravenhorn. Move on and I will meet you at the church. I remember
I
your
wasted a bullet on that. So here you gotta jump into the water. Blue Shift, yeah. There were a couple expansions for Half-Life. One was Blue Shift. There was another one. I don't remember the name of that. I think it was by Gearbox, wasn't it? Close the door. Ow. Alright, so we gotta go down this elevator. This elevator also has some pretty cool lighting that you'll be able to see, as long as I don't die here. Opposing force, that's it. Oh my god, this elevator's so slow. World's slowest elevator. Check out these bricks. So good. This is the horror section of Elta. Yeah, so Ravenholm is kind of like the horror level of Half-Life 2. Oh, these guys are tough. There's a good on-off comparison, or Half-Life 2 versus Half-Life 2 RTX of, oh gosh, of that guy there in the official YouTube trailer that came out today, and the difference is huge.
User death imminent. Vital signs are dropping.
Where'd that come from? There's still one somewhere. Oh, there he is. Poor guy was stuck. Time to break out my Half-Life t-shirt. I had one at one point. I don't know where it went. I actually had a headcrab hat, and I was trying to find it. Couldn't find it. So sad. I was totally gonna wear it today. More shotgun ammo. Check out how good this looks. Again, hard to come across on a 1080p Twitch stream, but at 4K, it's amazing. Yeah, I wore the head crab hat on a few streams before, a long time ago, but couldn't find it. Again, this used to be a flat texture in Half-Life 2. Big difference. Min spec for this game will be a 30 series graphics card. We'll have the official system requirements possibly this week or very soon. Come and get me. Ah, he did.
Blood toxin levels detected.
Cool, a broken one. I don't know if that guy was alive or dead. He's dead now. Where do these guys all come from? More health. It was not converted to Source 2. It's still the original engine, but it's using RTX Remix to give all the lighting, and then there's tons of asset replacements as well. Like, check this one out. I don't know what this looked like in the original game, but I mean, just this box is so much more detailed. And these as well. There is a lot of detail here. You can't see it on this level, but you know the health recharging, the health and armor recharging stations are really impressive. This level doesn't have them, but when you get your hands on the full one, in Nova Prospect there's a few of them. There's also fully reflective surfaces. Not a whole lot in Ravenholm, but you will see it. I don't think these actually... I mean, at certain angles you might be able to see this, but in other levels you can see full reflections. Alright, so I need to jump across that thing. Make Left 4 Dead 2 with RTX. That's actually pretty interesting that you say that. Very recently, previously Half-Life 2... Sorry, Left 4 Dead 2. Oh my gosh. I have my grenades, don't I? Where's my grenades? That'll work better. Alright, what was I talking about? Oh yes, Left 4 Dead 2. Previously, Left 4 Dead 2 was actually not compatible with RTX Remix, and it wasn't until very recently... Oh, here's health here. It wasn't until very recently that a talented modder was able to make it compatible, which really opens the door for full-blown remasters like what you see here, as long as there is a team dedicated to it. Or a talented person or persons. Team Fortress 2 is... Yes, Team Fortress 2 actually is compatible with RTX Remix as well. Is there anyone I can shoot this barrel at? What? That didn't even hurt him? Alright, I'm not wasting my ammo on those guys. I got the shadow on this chair. More shotgun ammo. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Gregory, help me.
For your affliction, child. How came you here, brother? This is the wrong side of town for you. Did I not tell you to seek the church? Mend your ways before it
Original
is too
Half-Life 2
late.
came out in 2004. It does not include episode 1 and 2 at this time. So the first thing that's going to come out will be the demo. Demo will be available next week. Includes 2 levels, this one and Nova Prospect. I don't have any release date for the full one yet. There's still work to be done on that. These saw blades cut through zombies like butter. Poor guy. Oh, the worst way to die. Lit on fire, then cut in half. Oh, we got 5 minutes left. I got 5 minutes to beat this demo. Alright, 5 minutes left. Exclamation point RTX on into the chat. If you haven't done it already, if you've already done it, you only need to do it once. We have a $30 Green Man Gaming gift card, which we are giving away, which you can use to purchase any game at Green Man Gaming. Here's another example of some of the new assets. Much more detail.